Ladies and gentlemen, the pleb is back. And today, I'm coming out to the Chinese national anthem because the Liberal Party and Justin Trudeau work for China. Hey, I'm not just clickbaiting you. I'm not trying to bait you. This is real. The Chinese government interfered in Canadian elections, and I have a report for you today because the Liberals want us to forget about this. They want to distract us from this. But yes, the Chinese government interfered in our elections. But first, before we get to this video about the Chinese government owning the Liberals, enjoy this video with a delicious bag of bugs. Because the Liberals, friends of the Chinese government, they believe in climate change, and one of the solutions to fixing climate change is eating these crickets. So eat your bugs, dry, gross, filled with parasites, but hey, you get to tell your friends on social media that you did something today to fix the world. All right, let's get on with this video here. So ladies and gentlemen, the Liberal Party works for the Chinese government. Yes. There was interference in multiple elections in Canada of recent memory. And I got the receipts because we're going to talk about this. They want to sweep the truth under the rug. They don't want us to talk about this. They want to distract us. But no, the pleb is not going to let them get away with it. So Globe and Mail about a week ago came out with this front page story here. CSIS document reveals Chinese strategy to influence the 2021 election. Why are the Chinese trying to influence the 2021 election? Well, keep watching the video because we're going to have a full investigation on this. Beijing had two goals: to seek to return of a minority liberal government and defeat conservatives perceived to be hawkish. They invested money to get the liberal candidates in the places that they wanted. Chinese officials and diaspora groups were used in disinformation campaign against conservatives. Does that surprise you? Undeclared cash donations, among tactics employed to support preferred political candidates. All right. So China literally interfered in our elections, which is the craziest story I've heard in a long time. But Pierre Poilievre came out, and they're already on the attack here because Justin Trudeau will do everything to distract us from this story, but no. Here's a video that Pierre Poilievre put out. We'll watch this, and then we're going to get to the investigation. Let's watch this here.
The integrity of Canada's elections have not been compromised. The elections were held in full integrity. The outcome was not impacted. The Canadians can have full confidence in the integrity of our elections in 2019 and 2021. All the briefings I've received, there has never been information around candidates receiving money from China in the 2011 election, in the 2019 election, or in the 2021 elections. We have independent public servants who are engaged to oversee the integrity of the elections. They confirm the elections did complete themselves with full integrity.
Ooh, Justin in full denial mode, but we have a full investigation today. I have lots of receipts. There's a journalist, I believe, from Global News. His name is Sam Cooper, came out with an amazing Twitter thread, and we're going to go through. There's a lot of tweets to go over, but this is just wild. You guys, grab a beer, pause this video, grab a beer, sit down, and we're going to go through about 36 tweets here that's going to break down how China interfered in our elections. It's important that you guys watch this video. It's important. Everybody needs to watch this video because our elections are compromised by China. Crazy. All right. So let's get to the tweet here. This is from Sam Cooper over at Global News. My investigation for Global News identifies that PM Justin Trudeau senior aides were allegedly briefed by CSIS shortly before the October 2019 election. The candidate, Hang Dong, was suspected to be involved in PRC foreign interference. CSIS literally told Trudeau that there was Chinese interference, and they did nothing. Keep going with the story here. So that's the first tweet. All right. After my 8th-month investigation, Global News can reveal new allegations emerging from the Canadian Security Intelligence Service's ongoing probe into a Chinese Communist Party election interference scheme. All right, so the man has an 8-month investigation into this. Let's see what he found in his 8-month investigation. According to my sources, CSIS started tracking Hang Dong, a former Ontario MPP, in summer of 2019. They said CSIS believed that Dong emerged suddenly and suspicious as a successor to MP Gang Tan as the Liberal candidate for Don Valley North. Okay, so this candidate, all right, Mr. Han Dong, literally emerged out of nowhere. All right, let's keep going. CSIS investigators would later allege that Chinese Canadian seniors and students were bussed into the riding, and students were told they had to vote for a certain candidate to keep their student visas, sources inform. What? They said Hang Dong was the candidate. Wow. They were bussed in, students. They were threatened with their visas if they did not vote for this Liberal candidate. Are you kidding me? Let's keep going. All right. Holy moly. National security officials also allege that Hang Dong, now a sitting MP re-elected in 2021, is one of at least 11 Toronto area riding candidates supported by Beijing in 2019. These officials say CSIS also believes Dong is a witting affiliate of China's election interference. So there's at least 11 candidates in Toronto that are tied to the communist Chinese government? Oh my God. This is wild. All right. Dong strongly denies these allegations. As a member of Parliament, safeguarding Canada's democratic institutions is a fundamental part of my job. I take all serious allegations of foreign interference very seriously, Dong said. Yeah, I'm sure you do, Mr. Dong. I'm sure you do. Keep reading. This is a long thread here. I am unaware of the claims provided to you by alleged sources, which contains serious inaccurate information, Dong said, in an answer to my question in this investigation. Well, do you think CSIS got it wrong, or do you think the Liberals are lying? Keep it going here. We broke this story on Global National tonight, and I will be digging into the implications on Sunday with Mercedes Global and former CSIS director Dick Fadden. On our broadcast tonight, I explained how CSIS believes former Ontario Liberal Trade Minister Michael Chan promoted Han Dong to take the riding nomination. And Michael Chan is a top target in an a top target in an ongoing CSIS investigations, according to sources. Whoa! This thread is wild. Keep going. In the alleged briefing, the service did not provide details of their ongoing investigation into Michael Chan and Han Dong, but outlined 2 major allegations to support their recommendation. Sources aware of the intelligence said. CSIS was concerned that Han Dong was connected to People's Republic of China, foreign interference in Canada, and an official with knowledge of the brief told Global News that Han Dong was also close contact of Michael Chan, who was targeted at CSIS. Whoa. Okay, keep going. But rather than heeding the alleged CSIS concerns about Dong, the party allowed him to proceed in 2019, and he won the seat. Holy moly. Okay, so they were warned about Dong, and they still let him go along, and he ended up winning the seat. Oh, boy. Okay. This is nuts. Furthermore, 2 sources alleges 2 weeks after the briefing, a Liberal Party staffer responsible for overseeing 25 GTA ridings allegedly informed Dong's team that the candidate was a CSIS target. Oh, wow. Okay, so the party staffer was informed by CSIS. By CSIS that Mr. Dong was a CSIS target. All right. This was qualified briefing of serious and extremely sensitive nature to the Liberal Party of Canada senior staff who holds security clearances. an intelligence official told me in my investigation for Global News. Now some background on my investigation. Last summer, I have known that Michael Chan is a top target in the service high-profile sensitive investigation into alleged CCP United Front Work Department election interference in Canada, according to intelligence sources. Mr. Chan vehemently denies all allegations that he is an agent of Beijing involved in federal election interference. I learned through CSIS has been watching Mr. Chan for over a decade and even taking interest in his expansive mansion in Markham, source said. Okay, so, they had Mr. Chan has a gigantic mansion in Markham. Wow, look at this. This is it. When I took a look in October 2022, Mr. Chan was running for York Region Council. He is now deputy mayor. That looks... Is that the gates to Mr. Chan's house? My gosh. Through sources and documents, which will be quoted in the following thread, I learned CSIS believes Michael Chan is allegedly an agent of Beijing who has secretly provided political information to the Toronto consulate. Chan denies the allegations, this sort of vague innuendo and impossible to respond to, he said in an emailed response. To the extent you are suggesting I am not a true Canadian, you should be ashamed of yourself. Intelligence sources spoke to Global News for this story on the condition of anonymity, which they requested because they risk prosecution under the Security of Information Act. Damn, so the whistleblowers are literally terrified for their lives here. Shout out to the brave whistleblowers who are telling us this story. Canada needs to know this. The circumstance under which Han Dong replaced incumbent Liberal MP Tang as a... The circumstances under which Han Dong replaced incumbent Liberal MP Jen Tang as candidate for Don Valley North was a focus of the service's 2019 federal investigation and the core of the suspected interference from Beijing, our sources said. CSIS allegedly had intelligence that Beijing preferred Han Dong to Tan. The consulate was not pleased with Jerry Tan's performance, a national... Whoa. Okay, so they were investigating Han Dong for being the replace. So the way he was replaced, Mr. Tang, or Tan, sorry, was extremely shady, and that's what triggered the CSIS investigation. But the old MP wasn't good enough to Beijing, apparently. So what happened once Dong was vying for nominee in Don Valley North with Jeng Tang out of the picture? According to a case in an October 2022 CSIS report, there can be systematic problems underlying nomination processes. Individuals who are not Canadian citizens and therefore cannot vote in elections at any level of government in Canada can still vote in a party nomination process as long as they are not party members. Oh boy. So you don't need to be a... you don't have to be a citizen of Canada to vote for a party's nominee. So this is how they did it. Wow. It adds gaining a party's nomination in a riding that has long supported the party akin to winning the subsequent election, and stage actors exploit this loophole to engage in foreign interference that targets specific candidates in particular electoral ridings. While it does not identify Dong or his riding, the report describes services Don Valley North's investigation findings, an intelligent official said. CSIS reporting indicates that during a political party nomination vote prior to the 2019 election in Canada, 2 busloads of Chinese Canadian seniors were brought in to support a specific candidate. The support says they were bussing them in. Oh my God. All right, keep going. It adds that the seniors had the name of the candidate they were told to vote to concealed. They wrote the candidate's name under their sleeves. So they were reminded who to vote. They had no clue who to vote for. Chinese international students were also transported in to support the same candidate, report says. Those are the students who had their visas threatened. The students were giving letters that provide them with the address and the specific riding, therefore enabling them to participate in the nomination vote. Holy shit. It adds, the students were also told by the PRC consulate to support the specific candidate if they wanted to maintain their student visa status. CSIS indicates that this candidate is very close to and receives support from the PRC consulate. Oh boy. In response to the details, the Liberal Party Canada said that Dong was nominated by registered Liberals in an open nomination process that compiled with its nation's national nomination rules. In my investigation, I reviewed sensitive documents. Again, sources have such concern for the future of Canadian elections and what they see as a lack of response in the Trudeau government to growing threats that I was provided understanding plus visibility on docs. Sources said some of the services more pointed concerns about Chan and Dong's action in the Ontario legislature and are documented in July 2018 CSIS record, Foreign Influence Activities in Canada, Critical Threats to Canadian Democracy. A provincial cabinet minister responsible for the province's dealing with PRC officials appeared to be in favor of China's interests in many of his activities, a document referring to the 2018 report says. This individual provided political information to the PRC consulate and offered to verbally attack the other members of the provincial assembly who raised Chinese human rights issues. It adds PRC consulate officials and 2 members of a provincial legislature persuaded an MP at a specific community event to decline an invitation to travel to Taiwan. The PRC ambassador was kept apprised throughout the event of the progress of their efforts. 3 intelligence sources say that Michael Chan and Han Dong were the unidentified Ontario Liberal MPPs cited in this record who allegedly pressured Liberal MP Jerry Tang to forego with the Taiwan trip. And here is a wrap on the story for Sam Cooper. So after these bombshell reports, so they bust people in, told them who to vote for, threatened students to get their visas taken away if they didn't vote for the right guy. They wrote the name underneath the sleeve so they knew who to vote for. This is really, really crazy. Andrew Coyne, okay, who is like one of the most liberal journalists there is, biggest Trudeau bootlicker, came out and said he cannot possibly be allowed to get away with this, especially not after these allegations. See previous retweets. Man, this is one of the biggest Trudeau supporters ever coming out and like grilling Trudeau over this. This is nuts. He quote tweeted himself after the latest allegation. CSIS briefed Prime Minister's office prior to 2019 election that China helped named candidate win the nomination in a safe Liberal seat. With this knowledge, not only did they do nothing, a senior Liberal staffer allegedly tipped off his campaign. This is as serious as a heart attack, says Andrew Coyne. These are very strong words considering who this is coming from. I mean, Andrew Coyne is as liberal as it gets, is one of the biggest Trudeau supporters on Twitter, and he's dragging him for this. We have a quote tweet here on the Sam Cooper tweet. This is why Trudeau was so busy trying to distract everyone yesterday. The RCMP is about to bust down doors. Yeah. It's not looking good for Justin Trudeau. We need to not forget about this. We need to keep pushing this Chinese election interference. I want to give a shout out to Sam Cooper, the journalist who's been working on this story for 8 months. You know, we give a lot of crap to the mainstream media, but there are some good eggs in the mainstream media. And Sam Cooper seems to be one of them. So shout out to you, Sam Cooper, if you're watching this video. Man, our country's compromised by China. How crazy is that? So, man, are you guys surprised? Let me know in the comments. Are you guys surprised that the Chinese interfered in our elections? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Like, share, and subscribe to the Plebs channel. It helps me a lot. And, man, I'll see you guys. I know this was a long one if you made it to the end, but I'll see you guys at the next video.